What's up guys, it's Craig here from Gifts Electrical. It is Easter Monday in 2023. The video you're about to watch is actually from the Queens Jubilee. I've had it on the back burner just because I kind of lost interest in editing and everything. And I always said if I kind of didn't enjoy it, I would stop doing it. So this is still going to be probably one of our last videos. I don't think I'll make another one for the time being, just because I said I wouldn't do them if I didn't enjoy them. Special thanks to James from JB Electrical, Damien from JTL, Neil from NTD Electrical, and Lawrence from Lane Electrical, who all helped massively on this project in Kensington during the Jubilee. So, guys, without further ado, I'll put you on the video and we'll see you on Instagram. Good morning guys, Craig here from Gifts Electrical. Hope you are well. It's been a while, but I thought I'd give you, on this latest video, we'll do a bit more because there's quite a lot involved. So we are in Kensington. We are separating 15 apartments from an existing landlord supply. So I'll spin you around and you can see what I'm talking about. So what we've got here are basically from where the incomer is, 95mm tails go to the CT chamber. CT chamber then feeds a 200 amp three-phase isolator, then comes up over into this switch gear, which basically does 15 apartments. It has solar, it does obviously a board in here, it's got another plant room and so on and so forth. So we've been tasked by the landlords to basically remove the tenants' apartments from the existing meter, and they will have their own meters. So what we're planning to do, or what's going to happen, is we have a brand new rye field, we have a brand new 200 amp isolator, and also a 200 amp bus bar chamber. So where Damien is at the moment now, what will happen is we've got 95mm tails will literally come from this area, bottom of the isolator, the new isolator that's going on the wall, will run in trunking round and then be ready to connect at the Lucy. From the 200 amp bus bar chamber, which is going to be here roughly, one half will feed, or one will send some 95mm tails down, follow the trunking, and it will go to the CT chamber. The other half will come down the wall and into the bottom of said rye field. So it's going to go here. And then we've got some tray. We're going to blitz that along the length of the wall. And then we've got some MDF panels, which are fire resistant, although plasterboard is fire resistant. Fire resistance for 30 minutes. And then the meters and that will stack up on here. So we're going to have all of our meter tails running up and down across here to the various meters. KMFs will go in place here, so those are the switched fuse main switches. They'll go in there, and then we will eventually start pulling one flat by one. So the reason we won this job was because we said we could take our time on it and effectively do each flat individually. So tomorrow UK Power Network will be here, and they are going to turn the power off literally for maybe a couple of hours at most. We then have the rest of Tuesday, and I'll be here kind of Wednesday sorting out the rest for E.ON to be able to do their job. The following week, now it is the Jubilee bank holiday, so we literally got Monday to Wednesday. So the following week, we will then pull out each flat one by one and take it to its appropriate KMF and get that all sorted. So quite a bit of work involved. I know two other contractors had quoted for this job, and because they literally had said that power's going to be off the building for 3 to 5 days, that it just wasn't feasible. They'd have to relocate the residents, etc, etc. So that's why we want it. Obviously shout out to JB Electrical Oxford. He's been a real helping hand for us getting this to fruition. Unfortunately, he can't be with us during the works, but special thanks to him, because without him, we wouldn't be getting this done as we are. So guys, we're going to crack on. Myself and Damien are going to crack on. We've got plenty to go. I'll probably put you on time lapse for a bit, but we'll be back in touch in a bit. Right guys, give you a quick update on where we're at. So isolator and bus bar chamber are in. You know, despite being very industrial, it's actually quite pretty really. But this plate, what a pain in the neck that was. Damien's been smashing out the trunking. Now we did buy, or rather I bought some pre-manufactured joints, 45s, 90s, etc, etc. Problem is, although it's the same manufacturer, we've got a mix of, it's basically old trunking, their old way of mounting it versus new. So the old way was they had obviously these overhangs with the plates. The new ones on the other hand, literally it's all pre-done, but it's so rather than just using these bars and screws, yeah, bless him, he's having to fettle everything. So we've got so again for this corner, so just down that corner there where the rye field currently is, Damien's again having to manufacture a joint, just purely because, well again, one, new parts, old parts, but it looks as if some of the parts I had 45 degrees, we've only received 2, and we've got more 90-degree bends than we should have, so there's obviously been a mix-up, but hey ho, is what it is. So we're going to crack on. Obviously we're going to stop for a bite to eat, and then we're going to crack on, get the rye field mounted, get as much, and then tomorrow we can literally, well, we've got to run the cables today because UK Power Network are coming tomorrow, so we've got to get those in and done. So tomorrow we'll probably just get everything else run. So that's where we're at. We'll see you soon. All right guys, quick update because we have outstayed our welcome. It's 7:20. Trunking is 90% there. It's been a right faff. Bless him, poor Damien's had a right mare with it today. So we've got that going. So tomorrow we've just got one piece there and a piece up there. The tails are in for the rye field. Just need to finish off the trunking down there, but that's easy peasy. That can be done after UK Power have been. Oh blimey, it's quite dusty in here. So we're gonna go. We're gonna go to the pub, restaurant, wherever's at the hotel. So we will see you later. Right guys, day 2. It's been quite a hectic morning, so apologies for no filming, but we've got everything live. We're not going to manufacture the covers at the moment. The main thing is trunking's in. We'll deal with everything afterwards. Rye field's in. So next port of call is literally under those GDK boxes, is mount all the wood panels and get those in place. It's all a bit tedious, but literally we'll have the wooden panels up, we'll have the tray in, and then that'll be us done for today. Eon are coming tomorrow, which worryingly, an engineer's called me and said, yeah, we're coming to fit 8 meters tomorrow. No, you're meant to be fitting 15. Well, I've got 8 is what he's telling me, so yeah, I'm not, and I've tried ringing the account manager and he's on holiday. So, yeah, so we'll see what happens tomorrow, but we're going to crack on. Hi guys, we're back. It's now like 7:30 in the evening. Apologies for the lack of filming today. It's just been full on all day. I want to say massive thank you to Damien. He's been instrumental in getting this up and running. All the trunking. The trunking's been a real pain in the backside to do because nothing kind of fits. It's all having to do nitty gritty stuff. So we've got a couple of panels to manufacture, but that's fine. We can do those. But this is all live. Yay! Tails are in, ready to go. A sea of blue. So I'm just going to wipe those down because they're a bit dusty. But they all go to the designated panels as set out by Eon. We've put tray on the back wall as well because we will likely put the KMFs on here. But we may have enough slack that we can actually pull them straight off the ladder. So we've got, obviously the cables run effectively from there and there. So up in that corner there, and also there. So we might be able to pull them down obviously through there. And if that's the case, theoretically, we can get them on here, yeah? And before anybody goes, oh, grouping factor, we've done the calculations. It's fine, all right? So I don't want any of you sassy keyboard warriors going, oh, your grouping factor. I don't care. It is right. We've checked. So that's my little rant out of the way. So yeah, we've tidied up. Eon are coming tomorrow, which will be day 3. And then, so I'm literally twiddling my thumbs tomorrow because I'm just here to kind of make sure that nothing goes wrong. And if they need me, I'm here. So, right. All the meters have been fitted. We weren't allowed to film that. The guys from Eon were not very happy being, well, they just said they'd rather not be filmed, so that's fine, we respect that. So all the meters are in, and they've been kind enough to leave us appropriate spacing for our KMFs, if we can fit them there, so that's all fine. First guy, really good guy, really, just the meters he put are just literally really quick. He put 8 meters on within 45 minutes or an hour, all mounted, isolators mounted, and then obviously did the cabling. The longest part of him being here was actually commissioning them, and then the other guy turned up, and nice guy, don't get me wrong, really nice guy, just not as kind of quick or as tidy as the other guy, but he's done a job that, you know, a reasonable job that we can you know, we can work around what he's done. So we've just got, next week, we've just got to put an end cap on here because I haven't got one. Ran out. Thought I ordered enough. Obviously didn't. But it's all, the trunking's in and it's all secured, which is happy days. Obviously all those are the in-home displays that the tenants can't use because the in-home displays only work within a 10-metre range. So they don't work. Ryfield's all locked up, so I can't do anything with that. So yeah, the next step is getting these sorted. So for you, it's going to be momentarily, you know, it's going to happen almost very quickly, but for us, we're not here now for a week, well, just under a week. We're back on Monday, so I'm going to pack up my stuff, and then obviously when I come back, it's as if nothing's happened. So guys, we'll see you soon. Right guys, we are on phase 2 now, so we've got a pretty tight deadline to adhere to. So we've got some guests with us. We've got Medhi, and we've got Lawrence from Lane Electrical. Okay. And then the ugly dude behind is Neil.
How are we doing?
So yeah, the guys are quickly cutting off zip ties. We're going to start mounting KMFs, get those in position. So I'm going to stick you on time lapse, and we'll crack on. Guys, quick update. We have got three feeds in. We're doing our 4th one now, which is for apartment 8 because they're not in. The only downside is that apartment 8 won't reach our location. So 8, 10, 12, and Neil dancing, 14, they won't reach. They're basically all in that area there. So they're too short. So we're going to utilise the 2 spare boards I've got. I'm going to mount them on the back wall where we've got the existing tray, and we'll just run tails from back into the tray and back up into their locations. It's a bit of a shame because it would have been nice to keep them all on the same area, but we did kind of preempted that it may not reach. So it is what it is. We're going to get cracking on with the rest of them now. Well, to be fair, we've done our quota for the day, but we're going to try and sneak in one more. We're going to do 8, and we're going to try and sneak in one more before the day's up. So. Alright guys, we are at the end of day 2 of the second week. So the guys have gone home for the day because there's nothing more we can do. We've hit the scheduled amount of clients to swap over, or tenants to swap over. So this is where we're at. We've put in some additional tray at the top. Okay. Another tray here now. We've only just managed to get flat 8. So this is the cable for flat 8, and it only just reaches here. So flats 10, 12 and 14 all come in this top section here and then route in. So they won't actually reach to their original meter locations, which is a bit of a shame, but thought that might happen. So we've come across to here, and basically we'll have flats 10, 12 and 14 all going in there. They've all, obviously the ones that are in are all active. We've got a little bit of dressing to do. So bear in mind we're only Tuesday, we're here till Friday, and the flats are roughly taking from point of entry to reconnection about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour from whipping out of the switchgear behind me to pulling it in and get it dressed in. So like I said, we've got a little bit more. We'll dress those in a little bit better, just secure them in place. Again, we've got probably put another bit of tray in there. The cables for obviously 10, 12 and 14 we'll probably pull them off the ladder and then probably whip them off that way, or I don't know how we'll do it, but we shall figure that one out. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So there's been there has been some mix-ups, and it's not been done by us, but effectively we've got these, obviously these correspond to the flats basically, but they don't. At some point these two have been crossed over, so DB2 is actually not DB2, it's flat 1, and flat 2 is actually on DB1, vice versa. And so but then we did 3 and 4 and 8 without a problem at all. 5 and 6 have also been swapped over. So flat 5 wasn't flat 5, it was actually flat 6. So that's, yeah, so we've had to deal with that as well. So, but it does mean that potentially tenants have been getting incorrect bills for a little bit, but that's not, again, that's going to finish as of the day. Those flats that have been accidentally messed up, they're going to be correct now, because obviously they're on the new meters, so that's all fine. So we'll be back tomorrow. So so this is where we're currently at. So we've got most of them dressed in. We've got 3 to do today, apartments 10, 11 and 12. We've been getting a few issues with tenants not being in despite having a schedule, so hopefully, I've spoken with 10, 11 and 12, they confirmed they would definitely be in, and 10 replied back by email that they'll be in, so fingers crossed. Yesterday we we were looking, we've had a missing earth nut, so we had a gland but no earth nut, and it turns out it was basically thrown away. So bless him, poor Medhi, he's that's Lawrence's apprentice. He literally said, look, we're gonna have to find it, and without hesitation was like, yeah, let's get in those bin bags and have a look. So I mean, obviously it's just metal and dust and plastic stuff, so it's not horrible, but yeah, poor Medhi did a bit of deep diving in the rubbish to find it, and fair play to him, he found it. So yeah, so that's today. So we've got what we've got, 1, 2, 6 apartments to do in total. Like I said, we're day 4 of the second week, so we'll get these 3 apartments in. Hopefully we can get 15. I know apartments 13 and 14 are definitely available for tomorrow, because we've already talked to them. 15 has been elusive, we've not been able to reach him, so we'll just have to, we're going to play that one by ear. If I need to get the key tomorrow, I can get the key, but it's really frustrating that we've sent out schedules and the tenants just haven't seen them because they're not checking their emails, or they're just not interested, you know, they just can't be bothered. So it's a bit of a pain, but you know, it is what it is. We're going to do the best we're going to do the best that we can, and we should have these 3 done by, hopefully, touch wood, we should have those done by noon. because they're only taking about an hour a piece, roughly. So it just really depends on how soon we can get into the buildings. But technically, we've scheduled 2 to 3 hours for each property. Not that we need it now. We definitely don't need it now. Right, everybody, we have reached the end of this challenge. It's been an amazing job. From start to finish, it's been a challenge, but we have finished. So, obviously, everything is in place. You've already seen all this, so we're happy that's all done and dusted. We've got earths going to each of the KMFs, and they've all been labelled. Sadly, as you know, we couldn't get 3 of the supplies here because they just wouldn't reach. So they have been neatly positioned there. Everything's on tray or through on metal cable ties as well, so all secure as it should be. Switches are all off for those because obviously they're not active anymore. And we've left the earths in there because obviously they're just on a massive earth terminal basically. So we're done, dusted. Massive thank you to everybody who's involved. James, JB Electrical, Neil from NTD Electrical Services, Damien, who is a fantastic tutor at JTL. He's been amazing. We've even had some shout outs on Instagram about him, so amazing work from him. And of course, Lawrence and Medhi from Lane Electrical. Without them, this last week would have been equally as challenging, but we've smashed it. The guys have smashed it. Most of the footage you'll see is of the guys working because I was doing all the background admin stuff and getting that working, and occasionally I pop up. So the first 2 days, it's obviously myself and Damien, and then for the rest of the week, it's as if I didn't exist. But trust me, I was here. So yeah, massive shout out to the guys who are enjoying a well-earned break, to be fair. And we won't... shout out to Medhi, because obviously Medhi threw away a vital earthing nut, and I've already said this on camera. He doesn't know. He does now because I've already said it. Yeah. But we had him dumpster dive in, and a few of you have seen that on Instagram. So no complaints from him whatsoever. He's fantastic. So if all apprentices were like Medhi, except his car. But that's Lawrence can update everybody on his car, but that's not going to appear on this story. But yeah, he's a good kid, works hard, no complaints. So good man. Thank you.
No problem. No, it's been a pleasure.
Right, guys, we're going to finish packing up and head off. So enjoy. Hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's a long one, but we'll catch you again soon.